One of the thing that I wanted to do for a long time is going to a website and trying to read the the blog post. I'm trying to do it for the website first and trying to understand how a website is designed and trying to um, trying to make sense of what's the business aspect of uh, a website or something technical. I want to do a technical review for these are basically my opinions, how it makes me think. So I try to start a review for the websites or things that it tries to achieve. uh, I'm not an expert, but I'm starting it out, so I want it to try uh, what it tells and all. So I'm starting with public relation, a website called Prowly. I'm not sure. I was just this. I'm doing trying to teach this thing for myself, the public relations. So I'm trying to figure out how to write a pitch. So let me start with uh, uh, the website. So we have a black color header, and we have the hierarchy. We have the product, then we have the pricing, then we have the testimonials, then we have the resources, then we have the careers. So I think basically this is how all the things are mostly designed. But if we switch carriers first instead of product, that's uh, it's not random. Mostly it's never random. We place it because first you see this uh, uh, product first, then you go to the pricing, then you go to that's how it's mostly designed. But going to the right side of the page, I'm not sure it gives you the normal look. It's kind of usually it comes around here, usually in the middle. But if you put it inside, when people see it from the center, like here's the content and the first thing they see is careers. But usually that's not that's my thought. But the proper thing was, as we read from the left to right, it's fine. So we have the product. We have four products here: media database, which basically means you have the media, which is PR related media database. uh, you know I'm not sure exactly what it means, but that's what my thinking is. Then online newsroom, probably it has all the news, latest news that you need to know if you are a company that is, let's say you are a startup which focus on human resources. Then you go to the newsroom and you see all the related HR news together. I think that's what online newsroom means. Then you have the press release creator, of course. I came here for pitch because I have to pitch a press release. Then the media monitoring, what happens to the things that goes out about your company and all. So that's pretty cool. The products are cool. Then you go to the pricing. I don't want to go into it. Just the hierarchy. Then the testimonials are there. Then there is resources. In the resources you can see the help center, top journalist. Okay, cool. Top outlets. These are things. I'm not sure what outlets means, but it's there. Uh, then the carriers. Then if you go to the right side of the page, top of the page, top right of the page, you see book a demo. Then you have the login button and the try now. Try now is basically, I think it's kind of a registration. Then you go to the first. Then after all these stuffs, you have uh, it's a pretty minimalistic design, as you can see. Just a line here, black color lines, just borders, all those stuff. Then you can see here it's a Prowly block. That's the heading you can see. I think if you click it, you'll go to the Prowly blogs homepage. But as you can see here, there is this thing that's supposed to have my concern, but I'm just going to ignore this for a while. Then you go to the PR strategy, you click it, you see that everything is kind of having these you know uh, black color, like kind of medium size border. I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of refreshing to see. uh, I always like minimalistic designs, so I'm pretty cool with this. uh, until it has consistency, I think it looks really cool. Industry specific, and it has, I think, purple color. uh, that's they are probably there are other theme, I guess, theme colors. They are using only two colors. uh, Industry specific PRs. uh, Industry specific PR. Okay, PR strategy. Industry specific PR probably means, as I said, you are a HR company, you will have that specific public relations, client management, public relations, crisis management. Something happens to your company really bad, they can handle it. Corporate social responsibility. Okay. PR measurement and analytics, probably the measurements of what's happening, the analytics and all. Then the reputation management, all the school. I think reputation management is basically what PR stands for, but I'm not sure what it exactly means. Then you go to the PR outreach. You have the media and list and journalists. Probably media list means the newspapers, uh, and other sorts of, probably YouTube and all those stuffs. YouTube channels, probably newspapers, the journalists. So if it's journalist, it's probably just, I guess, could be only the newspapers, but I'm not sure. Press release writing and content creation. Uh, Press release writing and content creation. Okay, PR outreach. Okay, this is the PR strategy and this is the PR outreach. uh, I need to check what's because I'm not clear about what is PR outreach. So outreach is you reach to someone, you reach to a publication, you reach to a journalist, uh, basically through press release and content creation. That's how you reach. Then strategy means you design a strategy for the entire company, like the whole thing. I think that's the strategy. Then the industry news, interviews and webinars. You can see that PR tools. You have like 5 tools. One is media monitoring, media database, online newsrooms, playbooks. I'm not sure what that means. Then the product guides, probably the documentation about how to use these 4 things. I'm not sure what's the playbooks. In PR, of course, AI is a new thing. AI is kind of the hot thing right now. So yes, of course. Then you can see home. This article is coming from latest articles, PR outreach and media relations. As showed, I told you, press release kind of you are outreaching to journalists to pitch it. This is written by Bart Honda, pretty cool name. Uh, how to write a media with with 7 real examples from experts. Cool. Okay, so this is basically the headlines. I think having to like uh, highlight and headline like this, it's pretty cool, because just hear me out. We usually skip the headlines because we just skim through it, like how to write a pitch, how to write a media pitch, and we don't think about it. We don't take time to think about uh, the headlines. I think that's a better way. You read a headline and take some 5 minutes to think about what it will tell you, like how to write a media pitch. You stay there, they're going to give you like 7 experts examples. You think about how to write a media pitch for like maybe a couple of seconds. How to write a media pitch. Media, uh, you have to attract the audience, you have to be very interesting, you have to be persuasive, all those stuffs that I can think of. You just brainstorm these ideas and you read through the articles, and bingo, you see what you have thought, or you see what you haven't thought. Then it's kind of related, it sinks in your head. It's a 18-minute read, so I think you better buckle up. uh, yeah, so here I can see there are spaces used course. This is space for the headlines. They have used the spaces in a really good way. So usually table of contents, sometimes if you see you know a technical write, documentation, probably if you go to Chakra UI, you can see the concept here and what's on this page here, something like that. So table of contents, as usual, you can see this table of contents. It's a whole content, and this is something that is inside a content. So you go here, you see this, you go here. So likewise, is it the same? Yeah. So you only have these generic contents. You don't have any specific to go inside this, but it's huge. But yeah. So I think I don't have that much of time to go through everything, because you see here only this have a lot of stuff. I think I'll break this video into several parts. I'll just go through the introduction first, and probably try to, because this is my first time, I don't want to go to everything, like go into everything. It will take some time, it will take out energy from me. I don't actually want to do that on my first try. I just want to keep it simple. Cool. A media pitch. A media pitch is an attempt to get a journalist or editor interested in your news so that they decide to cover it, resulting in media coverage. As I said, you pitch to a journalist. That's basically what a media pitch is. Almost always, a media pitch is done by email, but it's also possible to do it via social platforms, telephone, or traditional mail. Although pitching journalists is similar to sending a press release, the key difference is that a media pitch does not have to include one. A simple email is faster to reach out. Time is always essence is of the always of the essence, especially in reactive and digital PR. In this post, you'll learn how to write an effective media pitch and find 7 practical examples of PR professionals. So, after saying this introduction, they have, I don't know for what reasons, this is not one single paragraph. Probably, maybe they have different ideas. So this have what's this idea? A media pitch is an attempt to get a journalist. Okay, they give you a simple head. Then they go to the almost always a media pitch is done by email, but it's possible to do it via social. So they are telling this is this, but what are the, so first, what is it, how it's done. Then they are going to, although pitching journalists is similar to sending press release, they are trying to assume that you already know about press release. So if you don't know, you can go to this link. The key difference is that the media pitch does not have to include one. So I don't get this actually. I didn't even include one. Are they meaning like, although pitching journalists is similar to sending a press release, the key difference is that a media pitch does not have to include one. Are they meaning like pitch doesn't have to include a press release? I guess so. A simple email is always faster to reach out. So they are saying this, an email is always faster to reach out. Time is always of the essence, especially in reactive. I don't know why reactive I have to learn about reactive. I'm not sure. Just what is reactive PR? Okay, that's a whole new game. So it's better to, so that's why they gave the link. I'm not sure. I never knew about a reactive PR. I thought like, I don't know. Just saying that. Then the digital PR they want to. But I think this is the most important one. You might not know, you might not understand what's a pitch. In this post, you learn how to write an effective media pitch and find 7 examples from PR professionals. 7 examples from PR professionals. Practical examples from PR professionals. So you get the general idea. I think this is cool, right? They have divided into 3, and then they have this is what you're going to learn. And then they have an advertisement. If you're looking to send a PR page, you can try to kind of advertisement. They used different size, like kind of a purplish, uh, card here. You can click find relevant journalists, gain access to useful templates, and send professional personalized pictures at scale, all from one tool. I never knew why they have this. Like, do I need to stop while reading this? I don't know. Like, I've never seen. It's not a grammatical thing that I learned from school. Like, I learned comma, I learned semicolon. I need to know dash, but I don't know what is this triple dash inside one long dash. I don't know. Let's ask what is long dash is a punctuation mark that indicates pause, break, or emphasis within a sentence. It's longer than hyphen or end dash and can be end dash. It's a long dash, end dash, hyphen or end dash. This is not end dash. Okay, end dash is actually the length of the letter N, and the M dash is the length of the letter M. So the shorter the end dash is used to mark the ranges within the two phrase double is used to. The long M dash is used to separate extra informative mark and in a break sensor. So probably you have to suppose, I guess. This is correct one, right? I'm the wrong one. So if you're reading this, find relevant journalists, gain access to useful templates, and send personalized pictures at scale, all from one tool. That's pause. Now you have this, then you have a button, send a media pitch with Prowly. You can go into that. Then before you write a media pitch, so they differentiate using a divider. You have a divider here also, like it's kind of a cool divider, like you're not using this space. I think it's kind of cool, like it's everything, you can read it, it gives you a better reading experience altogether. Yeah, if you go into this, it's a black color button, and if you hover over it, it'll change into white. Pretty much, I think that's how most of the buttons works, I guess. Do we have a button here? I need a button. Yes, highlight, no, not highlight. Usually they have this, the underline thing for a button. These are not buttons. I don't have a button. Do I have a button? No. Okay, it's cool. Before you write a media page, before you write a media page, they're saying, okay, I've given you the introduction. Now I am going to say, what are you going to do before you begin? Journalists and editors are flooded with press releases, media pictures, and various other demands on their time and attention. Of course, you're not the only media company or PR company. People are going to flood them with press releases based on research from Fractal. What's Fractal? I hate when people. Did I close something? Okay, that's not data. People assume just give. Why can't they give a short introduction, like a company based on research from Fractal, this company? That would actually save my time, right? I don't have to go into this. What's Fractal what? I don't know. Okay, I can assume it's a research company. Acquire more customers from organized search. Fractal delivers unparalleled. So okay, I come here, then I don't understand what a fractal is. These are just acquire more customers from organic search. That's Fractal. Acquire more customers from organic search. Fractal delivers unparalleled results. We have seen dramatic improvements. Okay, there should be a services about our case studies blog, marketing research about us. Yes, go to the about us page. That's what Fractal is, a proven organic search partner. organic search partner. So it's a search partner. Based on research from Fractal, a search partner, 46%, 5% of journalists receive at least 11 media pitches per day. 46%, that's almost half. While 28% receive over 26 pitches. Okay, I thought it's going to be like, hey, 46% receives 11 and the other receives like 5. Then they like say, hey, 26%, 28% receive 26 pitches. These guys are like not that great. Like, that 28.6.4% is the one that that matters. These guys doesn't matter, and I don't know what happens to the rest. They don't get anything. Like, okay, then you have this. I told you, as I said, like 53% nobody cares. 18%, as I said, is it 18%? Should be this one, right? These guys receive 26 and 3% receives 51. These are the, no, not these guys. 4%, 7%, 76 to 100. Then the 4% receive like 100. These are the guys, top down journalists that you know about, or probably you don't know about because you never read newspapers. I'm not sure, like in other countries, like in US or in Australia or in Europe, do people still read newspapers? Because I saw Reddit, they were arguing about, like, does it worth getting a subscription? They were talking about it. Like, I was just wondering, like, do people actually? I'm not that, like, I'm nearing almost 30. I'm nearing 30, and I don't see much of my friends reading newspapers. They just go to the Facebook. They know about about the hot topic that pops in. They talk about it and they ask me, like, sometimes I might know that I don't go to the Facebook or the Instagram much. I might not know the hot topic, and they come. You don't know about don't you know about the world? The world as they quote it, and I say, like, I don't. I except I read newspapers daily. I don't know the hot topic. I just don't know the hot topic. I don't, because I don't want to be manipulated by Facebook. I don't want Facebook to decide what's good for me. Just it's the way. It's the way of the dragon. Knowing what to include in your pitch and what to leave out. Okay. Knowing what to know in your pitch. Knowing what to include in your pitch and what to leave out will improve your chances of getting a reply. Keep in mind, every single typo in a cold pitch is enough to turn possibility into a disaster. Yeah, I think this is one of the things. When I see a typo in an article, I lose some kind of reliability, that feeling that I have in an article. Let's say, how to write a media pitch or media pitch. I lose the whole sorry Batonda, but I might lose the whole interest in the whole article, because I don't think it's kind of valid. I don't know. I think if you're a journalist, I think not to make a spelling mistake is kind of a deal. Okay, yeah. How to write a media pitch. If you have written any type of email pitch before, you'll quickly realize that writing a media pitch is similar. There are, however, a few key differences that you have to keep in mind. Okay, cool. So email pitch is different from a media pitch. Is that what you are trying to say? There is two pitches. If you have written any type of email pitch before, you'll quickly realize that writing a media pitch is similar. There are, however, a few key differences that you have to keep in mind. We have broken down writing a PR pitch into 7 easy to follow steps. Make sure your story is newsworthy. It's all in the subject line. If you want to get someone to cover your story, it's worth uh, make sure you're writing sure your story is newsworthy. Okay, it's all in the subject line. If you want to get someone to cover your story, it's worth asking yourself these two questions before you even think about pitching the media outlet. Is my news actually newsworthy? Is my news presented in an exciting way that will get people interested? The best pitch emails answer these questions with a resounding yes. The best pitch emails answer these questions with uh, okay, I need to ask this really quick. Media are these two different things? A media pitch is short, personalized emails sent to a journalist or a media outlet to get them interested in the story to cover it. Okay, an email pitch is a broader term encompassing any email aimed at persuading someone, whether it's a journalist, potential client, or customer. Okay, probably I need only media pitch. I want to know about press release and media pitch. I don't want to. So, email pitch is anything, it could be anything. Just email pitch, it's a generalized term. Where was I? How come? Okay, I need to close this. 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 I'm not going to show you the others. Is my news presented in exciting way? The best pitch emails answer this question with a resounding yes. If not, it might be worth waiting until you have something that is actually newsworthy. Also, when crafting a press release that you might send in a pitch, it is vital to take into account your target audience and the preferences of journalists from the outset. For example, outstanding book release is give readers an enticing glimpse of what lies ahead, avoiding spoilers, while sports journalist, okay. Also, when crafting a press release that you, sorry, I just couldn't get my head around, I just zoned out. I do that a lot. Now I won't do that a lot, but I'm trying to not do it a lot. Also, when crafting a press release that you might send in a pitch, it is vital to take into account your target audience and the preference of journalists from the outset. For example, outstanding book press release gives readers an enticing uh, glimpse of what lies ahead, avoiding spoilers, while sports journalists need short, tweetable quotes and set of okay. So what they outstanding book press release gives readers an enticing glimpse of what lies ahead, avoiding spoilers, while sports journalists need short, tweetable quotes and set of statements from athletes. Okay. Okay. That's great. So it's kind of personalized based on the journalist. If you are a journalist who's interested in public relations, human resource. Uh, I'm not sure why I'm telling human resource. I worked in a human resource company. So, yeah, you might need to I'm not. I cannot come with an example like this. If you are a human resource company, and I'm in a journal who writes about human resource, what I basically want is probably about something that I can put on LinkedIn. So if you send me something like a new feature that product shows, or something that is highly benchmarked feature that I might use, and an extensive uh, article about what the product does, how it's better, I would use it. So if I am an HR journalist, you might want to do that, send me a pitch like that. Otherwise, you could make a bad impression with media contacts you send your press release to. What makes a newsworthy story according to social media Sydney dot. You consider the following: is the story new and current? Does it feature an element of prominence? Okay, importance, I guess. Does it evoke an emotional response? Mhm. So, does this article evoke an emotional response? Hmm? I don't know. Like, does this blog like have an emotional response to you? What do you think? I think like it's kind of gives me a like an ancient old look, like kind of if you're from like 1980s or 1990s, 2000s. I think that's what it does in a way. Uh, Anyway, that's my you know, it's simple. I'm not saying this is bad. It's simple. It's minimalistic. It's cool. But now I think about it, it's how you could have designed this same thing in an 2000 blog. But my idea about a website is it just gives you uh, what you want to read. It's giving me, there's no ads here, which is pretty cool. You could have put an ad here, but they haven't. Probably Prowly doesn't need to do that. Uh, yeah, you give something for free, and like you have this whole bunch of, you know, articles that you can like go into. That's pretty cool, and they like refer this according to this, and you can actually go in here and refer. That's pretty cool. um, okay, this I didn't expect. Why there is Hindi on a social media outlet? I take back, this is not cool. They didn't even see what the hell. I thought that I was expecting the article that's related, and if I go here, like I go to the subscription page, I think I go to the normal page. Mm, since I started, I have to end it. Uh, yeah, let's forget about it. Yeah, I think I never like to go into a like, you know, the rabbit hole of links like this. Anyway, it's the story new and current, but it's a good thing like they got it from somewhere and they referred it. Like what makes a newsworthy according to this, you should consider the following. I think it's kind of the news format they are following. Does it feature an element of, is the story new and current? Does it feature an element of prominence? Does it evoke emotional response? Will your story affect or impact and have an impact on certain people? Okay, that's basically emotional response of a certain people. Is your story relevant to area of publication you are pitching to your story relevant to the area of publications you are pitching into? So all these things, as you said, covered in the, let's say, taken human resource again. Is it a new feature or a current feature? You know, a feature that the stories about the feature is current in relevance. uh, does it have any importance? Like I don't want to talk about like, hey, my system have a time attendance, and can you have a look at it? No, everybody has a time attendance. What's new about it? Like, does it have a, you know, biometric auto login, or like face recognition, or something that is not actually cool? Like, does it have prominence? Like, uh, if you have a face detection, like why it's so important? What's the business use case of it? Like, why can't people like, so if you have a login like that, that definitely means like you are kind of micromanaging in some way. That that can be also true. Like I don't want a feature that is doesn't have a kind of a hardcore business use case. Um, so if you have having a face recognition, you probably might be micromanaging some sort of stuff. That can be the case, uh, because since there is flexible working hours today, what kind of business are you in? Then there is some kind of business that the human resource might need a uh, you know face recognition. So let's say it's a factory where they have to punch in every time, except they just can look at the camera and like just go in. That might be pretty cool. Or you know just students, could be a pretty much use case, right? But is it essential? That's the, I think, does it feature an element of prominence? So if that feature, does it have a prominence? Like, what exactly I'm going to achieve from having a biometric or a face recognition? Does it worth the time? Or does the HRs will be, wow, uh, HRs will be happy to see this. So I need to write about this feature. Will the journalist think about it like that? Okay, that's what prominence means. And does it emotional response? Like, let's say, let's think about it like this. They're releasing iPhone 17 and it has a 17-inch zoom lens. You can have the depth of vision, it's kind of like a DSLR camera, and it has a 1 TB uh, you know 1 TB of data. People are going to go crazy after it. That's kind of a like newsworthy thing, you know inside of the iPhone community or the Apple community. That's going to be a good news. So I think press, the one who write the press releases, might have to know a lot about the people they are targeting to, especially not about the journalist, but no, also about the community they are writing, uh, the the community that the journalist is interested about. So let's say a journalist who is tech enthusiast is also mainly focused on Apple, might like a press release on an Apple feature, probably a feature that's hidden, that's maybe that's kind of helpful. Like, let's say there's a feature that you can see list all the devices uh, with the expiration date, like do they have the coverage yet on a single iPhone if you're connected. So Apple has this feature. An article about it or things about that update might interest people, right? They might need to know, hey, my coverage is there or not. It's an old feature, but I'm just telling you, like, when it comes out, if you write about it, people might or might not like it. But I think, like, there's a use case, like Apple has some issues currently, and a news about coverage is going to be have some emotional response in the Apple community. So that's basically what everything this covers. As I said, is it relevant? Does it have an impact? So I think in order to answer these questions, you first need to understand the community that we are writing for. Cool. Amber Mack, entrepreneur and best-selling author, sums this up perfectly. Give me a second. Let me have some water. The fact that your company exists or your CEO will be in town does not make a story. Cool. make sure this is not as simple as it is, right? uh, Apple releasing new wallpapers versus Apple releasing a feature that tells you all the devices that is connected, about their the repair coverage is entirely different. Some might, uh, you know a UI enthusiast might be interested in the wallpapers, but not an Apple user, a normal Apple user. So it's entirely different. You can pitch the wallpaper news to a UI specialist, a tech guy who is interested in UIs. That would be great. Or a UX UI. Cool. Make sure you're pitching relevant media context. Before writing a media pitch, you should first find relevant media context to prepare media list, which is a list of people who could be interested in a cover story in addition to journalists. This could include social media personalities on LinkedIn, influencers, bloggers, podcast hosts, and even other PR professionals. Before writing your media pitch, you should first find relevant media contact to prepare a media list, which is a list of people who could be interested in covering your story. In addition to journalists, this could include social media personalities on LinkedIn, influencers, bloggers, podcast hosts, and even on PR professionals. In the media, individual journalists have their own specialization referred to as a beat. Instead of sending a pitch to general email, okay, I think this is what I talked about. I am tired right now because it's my first time reading kind of an entire article. Is this? Uh, okay. I think I already finished the introduction. Thank God. I just didn't realize like this is just you're just scrolling it down. I just thought like you have to click. My bad. I forgot the whole scrolling thing. I think I already finished the introduction, right? I think I am into how to write. So I'll continue the how to write a media pitch later in the second article. I think I'm already inside it, right? When does this finish? No, that's too much for me. I'll start it all over again. I'll start with the how to write a media pitch again. So thank you for your time. I hope you find this interesting and entertaining. Yeah, you shouldn't say entertaining because that's one of the most thing that I learned about jokes. If you're telling a joke, don't tell it's a joke. Signing off, AJ.